Hello and welcome along and welcome to this first look at the precision farming DLC for Farming Simulator 19. In front of us here we have the two new pieces of equipment that are included in the DLC, and we're going to go through the shop in a minute because it's not just these two bits that are added, but we're going to have a look at the other two. There's a couple of buildings that you can purchase as well. We're also going to have a quick look around and look at the menu changes and things like that, and we'll demonstrate this bit of equipment quickly. We are going to go more in depth into how the DLC works over the next few days. We've got 3 tutorial videos planned, one on the soil sampling and the soil types, one on the fertilizing and lime, and one on the harvesting and economy. So check those out over the next few days. But for today, we're just going to have a look at the changes and the additions that this DLC brings to the game, and also discuss a little bit about how about getting it in your existing save games and what effect it has on those. So let's start by looking in the shop. And we're going to start by looking at the John Deere XUV865M. This, of course, has been in the game from the start, but the big difference that this DLC adds is this 3-point hitch on the back. So up till now, it's only been available in this standard configuration we've got here. Adding the 3-point hitch on the back adds the £1,600 cost to it, which takes it up to 23,600, and as before, this is a really nice looking piece of kit. The addition of 3-point is really nice and absolutely required for this DLC. The other thing that's added is you'll see on the top, we've now got a GPS receiver on there. This again is something that is at the heart of the DLC, and we will discuss the difference that the GPS makes in a moment. The other bit of kit that has been added you will find under MISC, and that is Aria Scout. That is 1700. It's fairly basic. No things to customize on this. Just costs a 1700 base price, and this is what you're going to be using in this DLC to sample all of the soil samples on here. It's really nicely detailed, I will say that. Let's pop out to here and we can have a closer look at it, and you can see, as always, some really nice detailing with all of the pipe work and everything on it like that. If we crouch down, we can have a look at here. So yeah, some really nice detailing, and the animations and everything on this are absolutely brilliant as well. I'm loving that piece of kit. It's a joy to work with. We also have the addition of 2 new buildings. Both of these are listed under miscellaneous. You've got a both branded as John Deere. You've got a building with RTK base station, and that's for 17,500, and a shed with RTK base station as well for 39,500. Both of these add better GPS signal to the game and helps the AI workers to work better. I think it's a 15% increase in speed for your AI workers when they're working in the fields, which is absolutely brilliant. So I wanted to go and demonstrate this. As I said, we are going to be doing a much more in-depth look at how the soil sampling works and what the different soil types mean in tomorrow's video. But I want to hook this up now and take this over to the field so I can show you it working and show the animations on this, because as always, this is up to Giant's really quite nice high standard for the 3D models and equipment that they put into the game. We have purchased field 29 for this purpose, so I wanted to use a slightly different field to the ones that we have seen so far. And you may have seen some of this working in the preview videos, but as before, to get this to work, it is X to unfold it, A very nice unfolding animation for this. You then take your soil samples with B, and this does it in a 25-meter radius. So when you're taking your soil samples, I try and cover as much of the field as possible. And the nice thing about this field here is with this circle, we can pretty much cover the whole field, whole of this end of the field at the same time. Take your soil sample, and you can see the very cool animation there working, placing it inside and doing it there. So that is really, really cool. I like that a lot. It's just a really nice piece of kit, and adds so much, or is so intrinsic to how this whole DLC works. If we head over to the main farm, I'm gonna fold this down, and I'll show you the two buildings. We'll place them in here as well. Now we have started this on New Farmer, and we're going to be doing tutorial videos on here as New Farmer. But what you get over here is purchasing the two new buildings. Let's put both of these in so that you can see them. We'll spin that one around here. They do fit in rather nicely on this map. So we'll put that one there and go back and put the shed with the base station over here. It's quite nice, I think, that we get a new shed with this. So if we open this up, it does creak a bit, but yeah, quite a nice big shed. Actually, it's not a huge shed, but it is a reasonable size shed. I think anybody starting off with a small to medium farm, that is a really great shed to have on your farm to store your equipment. And it's nice to see a new shed coming in the game that also adds the GPS onto it. And then this one here, there's not a lot of interactivity with this. The door doesn't open and there's no interior to it. It does just add that GPS signal booster in as well. But it's a really nice looking little shed. Just isn't that intrusive on your farm, but adding that little bit of GPS. So those two I feel work really nicely as well. So that is basically is everything placeable and equipment wise that this DLC adds. The biggest changes though come in here. So under the help menu, you will find a whole load of information down here. Right at the bottom, you've got your precision farming. So there's a load of information in here on general information about it, soil types, soil sampling, pH value and nitrogen value, the yield map, and the economic analysis, and the RTK stations that we've just placed. So it's up to 11% faster that your hired workers will work with the RTK station. Helps them to be a little bit more precise as well. So really nice little addition this that does affect the gameplay. So I quite like the addition of those. We will be covering soil types and soil sampling in tomorrow's video, pH value and nitrogen value in Thursday's video, and the yield map and economic analysis in Fridays, so don't miss those. The tab that is really important though, as far as precision farming goes, is this one. It gets its own dedicated tab, and the reason for this, if we have a look in here, and you can see, I do like this. So the soil composition tab disables both the fertilizing and the liming tabs. So both of those are no longer done in here. You can no longer check those soil compositions in here, and instead they are under here. Under pH, this is where you handle the lime information. And nitrogen, which is where you handle the fertilizer information. And then you've got your yield map in here as well. and then you've got your soil types. As you can see, because we've only taken soil samples and not had them analyzed yet, it hasn't actually changed that. What I've also found is that if you create a new field, so say we were to take an area over here and create a new field, and this is especially important over on Erlingrad, what you get is when you click in an area, you'll see it says the field type and the field size. If you expand this field or you create an additional area, this will say additional field area and give you the information on that field area, which is really cool. It doesn't just apply to the numbered fields on the map, which is absolutely wonderful. I love that. The other thing I've been testing and checking is if we head out here, this does not require just this to work. So we can go and we'll move this out of the way. And what I can do is we do have a field over here that we're able to go and do a little bit more testing on. But you basically can hook it up to any tractor on here. So if we get our little Fiat here and do this, you don't have to have this John Deere Gator in order to do it. As long as something has a 3-point on it, you can go and sample to your heart's content. So we'll hook this up. A few other things that I've discovered in my testing. This works, it's fully compatible with seasons, works utterly with seasons. I think seasons may even improve how this works. I'm going to be doing some testing in my live streams with how this works with seasons for doing crop rotations. So we'll see how the effect of crop rotations have on this. But you can see here, it doesn't take the other bit. You can hook it up to any tractor, do your soil sample, and it's done. And there you go. So absolutely brilliant from that point of view. But yes, I put it into an existing save game, and there were no issues in the existing save game. And that was an existing save game with Maize Plus in it as well. So far, I've not really found any issues with this. It seems to go into the game nicely, integrates well, hasn't obviously broken anything. The only 3 maps that I know of that have the required soil map in them to give you a specific soil layout to this to the map are Felsbrunn, Ravensport, the new map of Erlengratt, and somebody did mention earlier that they think Estancia Lapacho may have it in. I haven't tested that, but it's possible that there may be a 4th map out with that. We're expecting Chellington to go into testing today. That has its own soil map in it as well, so that hopefully will be released in the near future. However, from what I'm hearing, adding a soil map into a map is not a difficult thing to do, so we will be looking at doing that with Bessie Beneath for the live streams as well, and probably looking to do it for the Northern Coast as well. So we will see how it goes for that. I may add a tutorial on how to do that as well. Let us know in the comments down below if you would like to see that. All in all, though, I'm liking this DLC. It's going to add a lot more realism to the game, and we're going to have it's going to be a really interesting thing to get to grips with and to test out and see how various things go. As I've said a couple of times in this video already, check out the next 3 videos for the tutorial on how this all works and how to do all these various bits. For now, though, I'm going to leave this first look here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.